Good morning and welcome to Crypto Charts Daily. This is the Crypto Charts Daily Report. Today is Monday, September 8th, 2025. Let's get right into it. As you guys can see, the market cap is sitting at the same 3.87 trillion it was last week. The CMC20 has increased by 1.3%. The fear and greed sitting at the same it was last week, but altcoin season and the average crypto RSI are slipping up here. Now let's get right into the technical analysis. Leaving off Friday, we said if price ends up wicking at this high and closing bearish, price would probably push down, but we never ended up breaking these lows either, and price is still just accumulating within this order block. So again, we'll just continue to see how price reacts to this high. The 4-hour on Bitcoin, as you can see, we are trending downwards here. And then at 107,400, we swept and then changed character and respected that order block that changed character. And now we're reacting from support. That's breaking structure. And again, just looking to break those daily highs. Ethereum, same analysis as Bitcoin. On Friday, we left not knowing if we were going to push and close above these highs. We ended up failing and again, guys, wicking to the downside. But we are still just accumulating within this higher time frame support. So we will just look for, again, closure below this now accumulation pretty much range here now. We're pretty much just in this range, these highs and lows. So again, guys, waiting for a close below about 4,200 and a close above 4,500, obviously here. But it does seem like this is pretty heavy resistance, and I wouldn't be surprised if we close below $4,200 this week. Jumping down onto the 4-hour though, we do see a clean break of structure and price is just again accumulating within this order block or within this support zone. And if we see price over the next few days start breaking some of these internal chocks, some of these internal breaks here, we could see price actually run up back up to highs. XRP acting a little differently than the other coins here. As you guys could see, we are seeing how we reacted over the past few days to this failed support, flipped resistance, and now it seems like over the weekend we're flipping this back into resistance and we are looking for that break and retest that we were pointing out Friday. If this ends up closing above the high of 288, we'll look for that break and retest. So this could be a sign of strength for XRP and perhaps the altcoins. So yeah, just looking for that break of retest, that break and retest, and looking for this zone of 283 to now become support. If we obviously end up closing below it again, the lows of 277 to about 274, obviously, we'll probably run down here, but this is looking great for XRP. Binance Coin, all of last week, I was saying it would be healthier to retrace and come down into the order block or the support that broke structure. But I said on Friday it could just accumulate and never break this trend line, never get some of this liquidity and balance down here, and it could just accumulate into a break of structure. And that's kind of what it looks like it's doing right now. Let's jump down onto the 4-hour though. This could be a little overextended here on the 4-hour, and if we do end up closing below the low of 840 on the daily candle or over the next few days, I would expect price, excuse me, to end up bouncing the support, but we could just see obviously a blow off to the break of structure. Solana here, same thing. We did want to see a retest of that support, but this could have been the retest here, and now we're accumulating into the break of highs like we said Friday. Jumping down onto the 4-hour, again, we left some liquidity here. Price is reacting to this order block. So we do have liquidity on under 194, and if we do end up getting rejected at these highs and don't make a significant push, again, over the next few days, just look for price to start getting a little bearish. and probably disrespect this order block. I don't want to make predictions here, but again, price could be overextended here if we don't end up pushing, if we don't end up pushing, strongly. Again, this could be overextended and catch a bit of exhaustion here. On the day, though, it does look like a very good break and retest of this support, and I wouldn't be surprised to see price push up to that resistance. Cardano, again, test of that support, and then we want to see price push past this resistance, creating this little support and resistance flip here, but this is an order block that broke past these lows here. So again, looking for a close above 87 cents on these daily candles. That would indicate we're probably going to go push up to highs or test resistance. If we end up closing, though, the next few daily candles under 80 cents, price will probably go and test this support again. Chainlink Friday, we were looking for price to come up and test this resistance and these order blocks. That looks like what it's doing now. So again, we'll just look for price to break highs of 23,969. And if we end up getting wicked out and rejected here, look for price to break the low of 21. Stellar trending under resistance, obviously. We wanted to see a break of this high Friday. If we end up closing strong on this daily candle, that would be a good shock, and we'd probably end up testing, obviously, resistance again. But we could end up wicking today after we fill all this imbalance, perhaps react to this bigger resistance zone here. But again, if we close bullish, I just look for price to continue its bullish momentum into this resistance. And then from there, we could look for our breaks and retests or our continuations to the downside. Avalanche here, clean break and retest into accumulation, just looking for the blow off of the highs or the rejection of the highs at $27. If we end up rejecting highs, we don't get a significant blow off, price will probably come down and retest this support. Hedra, Friday's analysis looks pretty good. Again, just looking for a push up to retest that resistance at 23 cents and fill some of that imbalance on our daily candles here. Polkadot still accumulating in this sort of wedge, waiting to see how price reacts to these highs. But again, guys, not really any trades until we get a break, significant break, and then get some sort of retest. Over the next few days, just look to see how price reacts to this support and resistance flip right here. Uniswap still battling resistance here at $9.74. We need price to push up past the high of $10 to then go and break highs or test resistance. If we end up wicking this order block again or not pushing past this resistance, we'll end up going down, probably breaking through support and testing some higher time frame support zones. Ondo did end up wicking Friday, but over the weekend ended up pushing, and again, looking for the break of that 94-cent resistance to then go test our psychological resistance and technical resistance at $1. Ondo is just accumulating in this $1.90 zone, so we are just looking for the break of $1. A strong break would indicate we could look for our break and retest of $1 here. Polygon, nothing new, looking for the break and retest at that resistance of 30 cents. Algorand still holding that 4-hour order block as well as our higher time frame support here. Just looking for price to come fill and balance, and we'll see how it reacts to these higher time frame resistance zones. Quant still accumulating into this order block that broke structure, and we will look for the retest of this resistance of 117. IOTA, same thing, accumulating in this order block that failed to break highs, leaving some liquidity up there. And we'll look for the push past the highs of 25 cents, or we'll look for the eventual break of this order block or support. XDC, same thing, accumulating, waiting for the retest of 6 cents. That was the Crypto Charts daily report. If you guys told your friends to buy crypto at highs and they now hate you, please share this video with them. And today is Meme Coin Monday, so stay tuned for our meme coin analysis today. Alrighty guys, peace out.